Okay, the number 80 here has two meaning. It's called the mass number, which means the mass of one atom, one single atom of krypton, which is 80, not kilogram, U. This U is called the atomic mass, and the value is given in the booklet. Atomic mass, something like 1.1 U is equal to 1.67 times 10 to the power minus 27, something like that. Check that in the booklet, huh? Atomic mass. U here 1.661 times 10 to the power 27 kilogram. Okay, so my memory here was bad. It's not a good correct value. 661. That's the first meaning of the number 80. Okay, and the second meaning is called the nucleon number, that we will study later in the topic about nuclear reaction. Nucleon number means the total of the proton number and neutron number. Okay, neutrons. There. The mass number here will allow us to calculate the mole, number of mole of the a certain amount of, in this case, 40 gram of krypton and 30 gram of neon. The ratio, the number of atoms of the two type particle given the masses 30 gram and 40 gram. The formula to find this number of atom is N equal the mole number N multiplied with Avogadro number. Okay, mole number. The Avogadro number here is also written in the booklet, which is 6.02 times 10 to the power 23, which means 1 mole of a substance such as neon has a 6.02 times 10 to the 23 particle atoms in it. Okay, so this ratio that we need to find is 20 gram divided by the mass number. The mass number, like 80 here, 20 here, means it is also the mole number. The mass number is also equal to the molar mass. Molar mass, meaning the mass of 1 mole. The mass of 1 mole is 20 gram for neon. Okay. Cái điều nó hơi kỳ lạ ở đây ấy, là cái mass number là U này, atomic mass 80 U thì nó cũng bằng với cái molar mass. Thầy sẽ prove cái này nhé, molar mass của neon này. 1 mole thì cái số particle, number of particle in 1 mole neon is the Avogadro number 6.02 times 10 to the power 23, and then we multiply with the mass of one single atom, which is 20 U. Okay, and because this U equivalent to 1.661 times 10 to the power minus 27. Okay, do this multiplication and we'll get a kind of special value here. 6.02 times 10 to the power 23, then multiply with the mass number mass number 20 U, which is times 661 times 10 to the power minus 27. Yeah,
Yes.
it's very close to 20 gram. Let me write this value, 0.0199, 0.0199, but very close to 0.02 kilogram, which is 20 gram.
20 grams.
Therefore, the mass number, which is the mass of one single atom, is also equal with the molar mass, which means the mass of 1 mole, 6.02 times to 23, like 6 trillion billion atoms. Okay, but the units are different. The unit of mass number is atomic mass U in kilogram, and molar mass is in gram, which means 20 gram per mole. Okay, so here basically the 20 gram substance divided by the molar mass, 20 gram per mole, so that we get the mole number N, mole number N here, and then multiply with Avogadro number. At the bottom we have 40 gram of krypton, but the molar mass is 80 gram per mole, and therefore the number of mole at the bottom is half the number of mole on the top, right? Simplify the Avogadro number there, which means this is 1 mole on the top and half mole at the bottom, and therefore this ratio is 2. The answer is this one.
Okay.
Tức là nếu như mà mình biết những kiến thức này rồi thì làm rất là nhanh, nhưng mà tại vì thầy sợ mình không biết cho nên là thời gian nó hơi dài ha.
Thực ra về cơ bản chỉ là lấy 80 trừ 40 ra 2, cái 20 trên 10 là 1, xong rồi nó là xong rồi lấy đấy, xong rồi cái 2 trên 1 là 2.
Ok, tiếp theo nhé. For the fixed mass, either gas pressure is proportional to, chắc là để screenshot luôn đi. For the fixed mass of either gas, the pressure is proportional to
The fixed is mass ideal gas.
Fixed mass
And-
meaning the m is constant and
Pressure
number
is
is also
proportional
constant.
to gì ạ? Em biết là temperature nhưng mà còn lại thì em gọi là từ cũng là proportional với fixed mass.
Okay. Either gas, we have this following equation: PV equal N RT,
T.
meaning that N here is a constant for the fixed mass, huh? Proportional to
okay.
temperature. The
Proportional
pressure
to
is only proportional to temperature if the volume here is a constant. Density and absolute temperature and volume. Absolute temperature only. I think it's the answer D. Absolute temperature only. Fixed
Yeah.
mass. But
Của em nhớ
but to
temperature
answer that, meaning D is only correct when the volume here is constant.
constant.
When density and volume
Mà muốn gọi Zalo tự nhiên thôi.
proportional to density. It's not proportional to density. When the density is higher, more particle is in a smaller space, huh? And the distance between those molecules are closer. They collide with each other more frequently and collide with the wall also more frequently, exerting greater force, meaning increase the pressure. Lower density, greater pressure, and therefore we cannot say that pressure is proportional to the density. And the answer is B, density and absolute temperature. That's so weird. Higher density, higher density means higher pressure. Yeah, higher density, higher pressure. Density is mass over volume. Okay, yeah. PV, we can rearrange this equation, huh? P equal to N. The N number of mole here is actually the mass over that divided by the molar mass, okay? And then we divide the volume, and then RT like this. We cannot also move the molar mass to the bottom. The molar mass here, the volume here, and the mass of this, the gas is here on the top. This ratio, mass over volume, is the density. There. RT. Mass over volume here is density, okay? Density over molar mass, RT. And therefore, the pressure is proportional to both density here and absolute temperature here.
And
Yeah, mass over volume is the density. Answer, sorry, B, not A, not C. There.
yeah.
Tưởng dễ mà không dễ. Okay.
So tưởng có mỗi for absolute pressure.
Scientists observe, let's screenshot this one.
Conductors electricity concepts and energy small.
Good conductor of electricity, also good conductor of thermal energy. What the most reasonable conclusion a scientist can reach about the nature of the conduction mechanism in both cases, and the nature of electricity and
The nature of conduction, mechanical mechanism, and nature of electricity and em chỉ gọi lắm. Hỏi rồi, giáo số được không thể can reach about the nature
good
of
electrical
conduction.
conductor is also good thermal conductor. What is
Let
the
them use the
similarity? Okay. Nature of conduction mechanism. Conduction mechanism is the transfer of oscillation from atom to atom, huh? Oscillation. Atomic oscillation. atomic oscillation transfer. Is the nature of conduction, meaning thermal conduction, huh? The transfer of the thermal energy and heat, okay? And the nature of electricity, and thermal energy. Electricity is a charge possessed by electrons. Charge. Thermal energy is oscillation and kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. And therefore the natures are not the same. The natures are different. Okay? Nature of electricity is
Okay.
charge, which is a property of matter, and thermal energy is the kinetic energy. They are different nature. Okay, we'll remove A and C. Conduction mechanism, the transfer of oscillation and the transfer of charge. Charge transfer is the conduction of electricity from place to place, or the oscillation also. So I think the transfer has some similarity, but not exactly the same, because the transfer of thermal energy is mostly by the atom, not only the electron. But the transfer of electricity is only done by the movable, the free electron, huh? So different also. I think answer is D. But still
D.
some chance that it can be B, huh? Oh, answer B.
Vẫn xem
50%
không
là
hẳn
vẫn
biết.
sai. Same mà. Nó là transfer, nhưng mà một cái là transfer oscillation của atom, một cái là transfer charge electron, ha.
Khi nó bảo nature, conduction chắc có thể
Nature
là bảo
mechanism
cách
conduction.
đó.
Transfer. Một cái là nó transfer oscillation của atom. Một cái thì là transfer electrons. Nhưng mà lại kêu là same thì cũng hơi kỳ, hơi lạ nha. Câu kiểu này chỉ có trí nhớ thôi à, chứ cũng không có cái cũng không phải trí nhớ. We really need to understand the nature, the mechanism of these two things, huh?
Cái này thì spherical has
Collide elastically with the container wall. That's correct. Yes. Same speed here is wrong. Travel parallels wrong. Momentum does not change, wrong. The momentum will change not only direction but also value when they collide with each other. The atom collide with each other and with the wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Direction and magnitude. Magnitude. Taken X1 filled with the same amount of gas and connected by the tip of negligible volume. The volume X is twice the volume Y. Let's illustrate that. We have a container like a rectangular container and connect with another container by this small tip. Okay. The other container is twice in volume. Draw it like bigger, twice the volume. Okay, this is V volume, this is 2V. Okay. X is held, volume X is twice. X is on the right here and Y is on the left. The temperature of X is 150 Kelvin and the temperature of Y is 300 Kelvin. Volume X is twice volume Y. Okay. What is the ratio between the mass of gas in X and mass of gas in Y? The hint for you to solve this problem is using the equation for ideal gas, law, PV equal nRT. The mass is proportional. The mass is proportional to the number of mole here. So calculate the number of mole in the two containers and compare them. N of Y compared to N of X. Okay. Please write down your solution and take a photo and send to me. And explain it with the photo that you will send. Huh?
I can write on this. Wait, give me a second.
The number of mole of the two amount of gases of the two containers. Huh? From this equation, ideal gas law PV equal nRT. The number of mole on the X container is the pressure there multiplied with the volume of X. Huh? Volume X is V, this one, okay? And then divided by RT. The pressure when the two containers are connected like this, the pressure on both containers will be the same. It's called equilibrium. The amount of gas will distribute in the two containers so that they will reach the equilibrium state, meaning the pressure is the same, okay? But not yet the same for the temperature. But eventually, keep them the container as long as the container is not, they are connected by the tip like this, and over time, the motion of the molecule will distribute the kinetic energy so that the final temperature will be the same, which is like 270 or something. We can find it out, but that is a different problem, okay? But for now, the temperature are different, 300 Kelvin and 150 Kelvin. Okay, the point is the pressure are the same pressure.
Yeah, same
for
pressure.
both, because they are connected, okay? Connected by the tip. Yeah. Okay. RT here. The T at the bottom for the container X is 150 Kelvin. R here the same. The pressure, the volume of X is actually 2V. 2V here. Okay, that's X. Now similarly with the number of mole in the container Y, huh? The pressure the same. The volume of container Y, RT. Volume container Y is only V, not 2V. Half of the container X, huh? V. Then pressure, then ideal gas constant R, and the temperature 300. Now we can compare these two number of mole, huh? Because we want to find the ratio. The mass is proportional. The mass is proportional to the number of mole, and therefore, to find the ratio of the mass X and Y, we compare the ratio of the number of mole of Y. Y X on the top. Okay, so that NX compared to NY, taking the ratio. Okay, that P 2V over R 150 divided by this one, meaning I will take the multiplication with the reciprocal, huh? R and 300, and then PV here. Okay. So yeah, we can remove the P and the V volume and R also. There, 300 divided by 150 is 2, so the ratio here is 4. Answer for D. Okay. Wow. Khó vậy. Đây là đề 2024. Hôm trước mình làm mấy câu kêu 2024 đó toàn câu khó không ha? Kể cả phần mechanics. Bây giờ xem phần thermal cũng khó luôn đúng không?
Chắc cái con này cũng không phải là khó, thực ra em chỉ cân.
Are you writing by a mouse? You got the tablet?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Beautiful. Okay.
Rate of high chấm từ không cần. Nếu 1 giây tính ra 1 giây không cần.
Amount of mass moving through a point in 1 second.
Yeah.
Mass over time. Mass over time. Or volume over time. The unit given in the full option, the mass over time. So you just need to take a certain time, normally 1 second. Because the number here, 2.4 kilowatt, is the power, meaning that the energy input is 2.4 kilojoule. Or I can write 2,400 joule per second. There.
Yeah.
So the time in the bottom of the equation that we calculate the flow rate should be chosen to be 1 second. Yeah, you're going in the right direction. Assume that the time is 1 second, huh?
Yeah.
Every 1 second we have this amount of energy, 2,400 joule. Joule per kilogram Kelvin, and 6 Kel increases. Yeah, this is the increase in temperature. Delta T increase in temperature. That's the correct method.
Chia 6 bằng phần 10 0.1.
The temperature of the gas increases from 100 Kelvin to 330 Kelvin. What's the change in temperature of the gas in degrees Celsius?
我自己看不出来那个 degree Celsius 啊。
Easy, very easy question.
我念的背的。
The change in the Celsius degree is also exactly the same with the increase in the Kelvin temperature,
Yeah.
meaning
B.
223.
223.
223. The change in Kelvin is the same as the change in degrees Celsius. Okay.
220.
So blocks X and Y set in
220.
temperatures placed in thermal contact with each other until they reach thermal equilibrium. Block X and Y is the same material. The same block Y is half that.
thầy bỏ cái di chuyển này thầy di chuyển thầy. Thank you. Now have the box of X. Temperature has the magnitude T and the change is up to of U. What's the change in magnitude of the temperature of block U?
Engineer designed an electric heater to melt ice from the rear window car. The heater consists of a single thin metal wire made from high-resistant alloy. The horizontal path of the wire is 0.6 meter long and separated by a vertical distance 0.03 meters. The heater is designed for 12 volt supply and for an output power of 15 hay là 115 em mua chuộng cho khách 150 watts. Calculate the resistance of the heater when its working temperature at its working temperature. Resistance. What is the formula that relates resistance with power and voltage?
Thế bạn em sao? Topic này sao? Em không nói gì được và topic này trong ICSE.
Hồi xưa ICSE middle school mình chưa học hả? Có thể là middle school mình học cái gì đó không phải ICSE đúng không?
Học hết wave xong rồi đến sắp có đến ICSE hết năm để thì đến giờ.
Ok, cái formula nhé. Cái bài này mình có cái này là power này. Cái này là voltage này. Và người ta hỏi resistance là O. Tôi mình tìm formula nó liên quan ba thứ là PVR này ha. Ok, tìm O. Thì formula là P bằng V square over R đó. Cho nên là để tìm O thì mình chỉ việc lấy là V square chia cho P thôi nhé. 12 này, 12 square lên chia cho 150 watts. Mình sẽ có answer nhé. 12 square là 144 ấy, chia cho 150 0.96 ohms. This is the ohm. It's called ohm, but written as omega. Okay, capital omega. Formula này để check booklet thử coi có không? Thì nghĩ là có. Không nhớ lắm, có thể rất có thể là không.
Tôi book để em xem lại.
Power.
Power.
Power sẽ nằm ở cái topic về electricity. Đây này.
Nào. Khiếp sao đi dài thế?
Topic P5. V square over R nhé.
Đúng rồi, let's go on.
Okay, move on to the next questions. B2 and then B. Specific latent heats. Total length of the wire is 5 meter. Calculate the radius of the wire. Resistivity of the high resistance alloy is 1.5 times 86 ohm meter. Okay, this resistivity is denoted by this letter rho, and that formula I believe it is not in the booklet. So we have to remember a new formula. Resistance of the wire is this resistivity rho multiply with the length of the wire and divided by the area, cross-sectional area of the wire. Okay, sectional area. This cross-sectional area is a circle which is pi r square, where r here is the radius that we need to find. Radius, okay. Radius here, yeah. The top is the resistivity and the length of the wire. The length is 5 meter here. Substituting value into this equation, resistance we just calculated is 0.96 ohms. Okay, ohms. The resistivity 1.5 times 10 to negative 6. The length is 5 meter. Pi at the bottom and r square. We need to find r. Please solve the equation and tell me the result or the radius. Để thầy check lại con số 0.96 phía trên câu kia là đúng chưa đã ha? 0.96 đây này. Và tóm lại là bài này thì mình phải nhớ thêm một formula này nữa. Nó cũng hiếm ra cái bài mà liên quan đến formula này lắm, nhưng mà tới gần túc thi thì mình sẽ kiểu như review lại, là nhớ được thì nhớ, không nhớ được thì thôi ha, tại cũng hiếm ra lắm. This equation it can be solved very simply, huh?
Radius em
Mhm.
em sai. 1.56 10 mũ âm 3.
Đó, cái này mà sao lâu vậy hả? Square root này.
Tính
1.5 times 10 to the power minus 6 này ha, times 5 and then divided by 0.96 pi. Also need to put one more bracket here, there, so that we take the square root of the whole thing, huh?
Yeah.
The radius 1.6. Let's write the whole number first. 1.58 times 10 to the power negative 3. 1.58 times 10 to the power negative 3, and then round it to the two significant figure. 1.6 times 10 negative 3. The unit is meter. Yeah. Câu hỏi chỗ này. Determine the minimum time required to melt the ice. Time to melt the ice. To find that time, we need to determine how much energy needed to melt the amount of ice. How much kilogram of ice? This is the density. Do we know the volume? Thickness. This is the thickness of the ice layer, and multiplying the thickness with the area on the windshield here, huh? So you need to calculate this area. Calculate this area. The width is 0.6 meter and the height, how many times of this length? 0.03. Mỗi đoạn ngắn thế này là 0.03 này, mình có một đoạn này ha, đổi màu cho dễ nhìn. Một đoạn, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 đoạn. 7 đoạn thì cái chiều cao nó sẽ là 7 nhân với 0.03. Ok. Chiều cao của window này. Có chiều cao và có chiều rộng width này thì mình sẽ tính được area. Sau khi có area bằng 2 nhân với width. Sau khi có area thì multiply area với density ha. Đây là density D này. Thì mình sẽ được mass. Sorry, thickness nữa chứ. Multiply with thickness trước đã được volume nhé. Volume. Sau đó lấy volume này nhân với density thì được mass. Sau đó dùng tiếp formula là Q, heat needed to melt the ice, huh? What is the temperature? It is also at 0 degree here, which means this is the melting point of the ice. The problem is simple because of the given temperature is already the melting point, which means that we do not need to calculate the amount of energy to heat up to increase the temperature of the ice if the outer temperature is lower than 0 degree, huh?
Yeah.
Nếu như mà đề bài một cái bài khác nó cho nhiệt độ ban đầu, temperature ban đầu nó thấp hơn 0 thì mình phải tính thêm một cái loại thermal energy để mà heat up nó lên. Dùng cái formula là MC delta T. MC delta T. Nhưng mà cái bài này nó đã có cái temperature nó chính là melting point rồi, cho nên là không cần dùng MC delta T cả, dùng là ML luôn nhé. L này là latent heat of melting này. Latent heat of melting ha. Tức là the amount of energy needed to melt 1 kg of a substance, in this case the ice, okay? Of melting. So the mass is here. So we need to follow these steps 1, 2, 3 to get the mass, and the latent heat is given here, this one, there, so that you can calculate the amount of energy Q. Let's write E, energy, okay, energy, and then take this energy and divide the power, we get the time, because the power is determined as energy over time, the rate of energy transfer. Okay, the power of this heater on the wind shear of the car is this one, 150 watt. 150 watt there. Đó, như vậy cái bài của mình có 5 bước ấy, 1 2 3 4 5. Ok. Bây giờ em substitute vào tính các value này đi, rồi viết lên này luôn được ha. Đó, thầy trừ một số chỗ trống nè. Đó, mình viết tiếp này, area này, volume này, mass này, viết tiếp mấy cái chỗ thầy viết cái trên này ha.
Cái này trên thì em rồi nó lại cả một comment.
That's the volume. Now multiply the volume with the density, we get the mass of the ice. 6.3 times 10 to negative 5 multiply with density 900, huh? Okay. Wow. 6, such a small number. 10 to the power minus 5 times 900. The mass is 0.567 kilogram. 0.0567 kilogram. Okay. Now the energy required to melt that ice is that mass 0. So if one step is wrong up here, everything else is wrong. A chain error, huh? Okay, so let's check the answer from the beginning to make sure that I did it correctly. This is the mass. Yeah, exactly the same with my calculation. Beautifully. Beautiful. Okay. So up here it is correct, huh? 0.0567 for the mass, and the latent heat is this value, megajoule. 0.336 megajoule. So times 10 to the power 6 to convert that into joules. Okay. Here the power. There. So this is the energy required. Do another calculation. 0.567 times 0.336 times 10 to the power 6 megajoule. There. 19,051 joule. Okay. Lastly, the time is this energy 19,051 over the power 150 watts. The final answer 19,051 divided 150 127 second. Okay, if we round to 2 6 130 seconds. We see the final answer.